So you work with Smartsheet and was never able to create an invoice automatically just because a Smartsheet cannot create invoice using multiple lines. All right, now I want to show you how this is possible. Look my screen. So look here. I have one line here, another line here, and all those two lines has items. And I'm creating voice. So if I click here, let's say this one here, okay, and save, it will run a few automations. If I go here and look here, it's running the automation. When it's finished, it's about 30 seconds-ish, all right, or 25. When it finished, look what is going to happen. I finish here creating the invoice. Look here, refresh. Let's refresh the page. And I have an invoice here. Invoice number 001 as it is. 001 here. Okay. Look, all those items here. So if I click here and if I open this invoice, let me just bring that to you here. Look at that. I have all the items here. Let me just put this here to you. And then you're going to be able to see. Let's scroll here. Okay, a little bit. Look at those items here. I have 8 by 8 by 16, 8 by 8 by 12, everything here. Okay. And then if I do this with this other invoice, I would have the same result. So let me show you how do I create that. So let me show you how I did this. All right. It is a simple step, but you need to have a little bit of code. But if you stay with me until the end, I have a surprise for you, okay? Create the Word template. The very first step for you is to create your template. And when you create a template from Word, by the way, I'm creating a template with Word because it's much easier to create. Most of the people know how to create Word template, and you can even use Google Docs and save as Word document. The only thing that you need to do is you must use those double braces and use the word that you want to be substituted, like inside the double braces. For instance, bill to name, company, address, phone, email, and here I have invoice number, invoice date, and you see that I create tables for that. I have item, unit price, quantity, and total. You can see that this one I don't have the double braces because when you are creating inside a table looking for multiple items, you don't need to do that, all right? And I have here subtotals, so subtotal, tax, and total. And when I create the invoice, I had this connection here, all the items. Now going back. So after you create your template, you need to save, and then you need to save the file to a Google Drive folder with a unique name. Why that? Because in this example, I saved the file in Google Drive, and then when you are creating your invoice, the automation will read this file, will download, will fill all the informations, and then will send back to Smartsheet. So, and then create the invoice, check the create invoice, and save it. So now I have here this example that I was showing you before. I just collapsed this, and you can see that those two lines here are the invoice. I have here the invoice number, invoice date, subtotal, and you can see that the subtotal, the tax, and the total, actually all of them has a formula here, some children, all right? It is summarizing the children's. And then I have all the rest of the information that you can see here. So if I expand again, all the items are indent here. If you want to create a new item, for example, let's say here, item, or let's say new item, okay? You need to make sure that this item is indent. If it is this way, like this, you see there is a space, it's not indent, so it won't work. This item won't show. So if I indent here, now it's going to show. Okay, I will just delete this by now. But how the code really works. After you finish this, you need to go to make.com, create, you can have until 2 active scenarios by free. And I'm using a free account here. If I go here to my scenarios, all right, and I go to my integration Smartsheet, is this one that I just created to show you. I can see that I have here my Smartsheet integration. When you create that, you can just search this, select a new event for Smartsheet, add a new webhook here, okay? If you don't know what is a webhook, actually it's kind of the same way the name says, is a hook where you will wait information from someone. So when you add that here, you would just click OK. And then you will go to this plus icon. Actually, it will be showing here. You can click on the plus icon and add an HTTP. Like if I can do this for you, just type HTTP and select make a request. Okay, after you select make a request, you will select post, raw in body type, in content type JSON, and then just write this here down. All right. After you save that, oh, by the way, you need to have an URL here before you save. You can write everything down here, but before you write this URL, because you don't have that, you need to go to Pipedream, create your account there. It is free already. You have, it's even, you have more free things than you have in Make, but because Pipedream, you need to write more code. I use for another reasons. And after you create, you will just need to go to your work flows, click in new, and I will show you here how it will be. After you create, you just select new HTTP request. You're gonna see this as I'm seeing here right now. You will click in test, all right? And then when you click in test, you're gonna see this URL. Your URL will be unique for you. You can just copy this one. You can see here mine is EO8, so you can copy. Just go here and paste. You see here EO8. So after you copy and paste here, you can click in OK. All right. And then you are ready to go here. You can save. You can click here to schedule. And now we need to do a test, because this one here will be rating for a test. Here where mine says an hour here, yours will be right down waiting. So you can just click and save in your Smartsheet here. Oh, I forgot to mention, you need to have a create, actually a checkbox. I give the name create PO here. Okay. And when I click here and save, it will read that this column was changed. And how I know that? So after you select this new event here with Smartsheet, you prompt to select or type, you just type your sheet name there. You will find, you will select, and then you will be able to select which column this system will be watching to change. All right. So in my case, I select create PO, the same name I have here for this column. Now, just going back a little bit, after have this new event watching that column, and you can click in run, like I select here, right? Look here, I select here. I can come here now. I click in run once. I can just do that for you. I can do run once. You see here, it is waiting for one event. It's not happening anything now because I didn't save. So when I save here, I select this, all right? I will save this. Look at that. Just wait a little bit, and then you're gonna see one event here, as you can see. And now, if I go here, I have another event. I could just select this event. You can just go here, show new event, select this new event. I won't select this one because mine is ready. Okay. And if I go here, let me see. Yes, it didn't create because it's not running right now. But after you have this, you're gonna see this event. You will see in the body there's two lines here, sheet ID and row ID. So with that information, you can do everything basically. Just go create, click on this plus button, create a new Google Drive, find file. It's super simple. If I go here, for example, I could just do here drive, select Google Drive, click here, find, select find file. So you can see it's simple. Okay, just do that. After you do that, you will be prompted to that. So select your file, and here you're gonna put your invoice name or purchase order or whatever is your file name that you saved in your Google Drive. Then it will search. It needs to be unique because if you have more than one with the same name, it will find two, and then it will just get the first one that it appears, could be a problem. And then you need to create another one to download file, because now it found a file and now you need to download the file. So let's just go here. You will select in file. You can just come here, scroll down and find your ID. Look at that, your ID. Find file, ID. Find file is this name here. You can see find file. So you can find your ID, select the ID, and then put the name that you want to save in your temporary file. Look here, save as this symbol here. I forgot the name, TMP, this symbol again, and then your file name. You don't need to put the extension in my code because I control that in my code later. And then you can just create one new, type Smartsheet, select Smartsheet, and then use any Smartsheet API in Python. Click on that, and then you will have a Smartsheet code. Look at that, this is amazing. And then you need to create here the code just to create that invoice. And then you can just test and deploy. So this is it, but I told you that I had a surprise for you, correct? I'm not showing you here right now the full code. Why not? Because it took me about 8 hours to complete the in a way that would work very well. I'm giving that to you actually by a very fair price. You can look at the description of this video. You're going to find all the code that you can just copy and paste. You're going to find a video where you're going to see step by step doing with me from the scratch everything in much more detail for what I showed you here. All right. And then you're going to see the template. Here's the page, Smartsheet Invoice Automation. You have the welcome, you have all the information, you have the step by step, not only the video. I'm showing you here step by step that you can see. Look at that, step by step, how to create everything. It's more than 100 slides. And here at the very end, you have the tutorial to create this from the scratch with me. This video is not listed in YouTube. You need to have this. You're gonna have all the code for you just to copy and paste. If I can show here part of it. Okay, you can just copy and paste, and you will be able to have these results here. Let me just do once more for you, just for fun here, because this is actually amazing. And right now I'm listing another video where I help you how to use drop-down menu automatically as well. If you have like 20 sheets where you need to update all your drop-down menus one by one. You don't need to do that anymore. Just look the video, and I want to teach you how to do that as well. All right? See you then.